Greetings. Well, when I started this channel a little over 12 years ago, I knew I was going to talk about tomatoes, and maybe talk about them a lot, but I never dreamt I was going to talk about ketchup. So, I'll start with tomatoes. Right here in front of us, we have a cherry tomato. It is a volunteer. To give you some idea of where it's located, this is my driveway. Yep, this tomato is on the shoulder of my driveway. And it's growing out of lava rocks, like this. That's the only thing. That's the only thing down there is fill for making this driveway. It's a volunteer seedling. It popped up on its own. If I was to guess, I would say it's probably a cross between the Florida Everglades tomato and Jasper, cherry tomato that I acquired from Johnny's. The Florida tomato is pinkish and smaller, and so this is a little larger and bright red. But the main feature here, not one single spot of disease. And so those of you who live over here in Puna, you know how hard it can be to raise tomatoes right here in the rain. Well, this guy is right out in the rain, and he's growing out of bare rock. And it's completely clean, and it has a pretty decent yield. I've been picking and eating it. My only questions about this tomato are, is it the habitat, growing on lava rock rather than soil, or is it the genetics, or is it both? Well, I'm going to continue harvesting cherries from this thing, planting the seeds out, see if we get some more tomatoes that are disease resistant, and I'm probably going to start growing tomatoes along the side of my driveway over here. Maybe we'll figure this out. Discussing a tomato plant on the channel is pretty standard fare, I'd say. This one I'm very impressed with, because even the Florida Everglades tomato, even that one will pick up some disease here. This plant has no disease. It appears to be completely resistant. That's good news. Anyway, now on to things that I never thought I was going to discuss, and we have a national ketchup shortage. It's toilet paper, it's monkeypox vaccine, it's whatever it is that we're short on. Ketchup was not exactly something I expected. Heard it the other day. Turns out that it has to do with these right here. Yeah, so much to do with these little packages that... When we went into COVID and they began to lock restaurants down and things like that, it was recommended that these sort of condiments no longer be in, pump dispensers or squeeze bottles or something like that. So obviously the contamination factor, they give you a few of these things, you take them and go with you. Well, now, I don't really eat that type of fast food very much anyway, although I do on occasion. Yeah, I'm not immune to it. I'm an American. But, I don't eat much of it. And certainly when it comes to ketchup, I do use ketchup in some recipes. It's necessary when making Thousand Island dressing. I use ketchup when I'm manufacturing a barbecue sauce from scratch. But as far as actually putting this stuff straight up on my food, only hamburgers and French fries. Now, I eat a fair number of hamburgers, but I don't eat very many French fries. Mostly, my French fries these days are whatever potatoes I can get out of my air fryer. Okay, yeah, and I do put some ketchup on those usually. Anyway, that's about it for ketchup. Now, as a boy, I think I put the stuff on everything, including eggplant, but those days are gone. So I'm not much of a ketchup user. This isn't probably going to impact me very much. I found it quite humorous. Yeah, the Heinz, who is a major producer of this stuff, of course, is now going to increase the production of these little packages by 25%. They're working on that. And they are at the middle of this. And that means there will be 12 billion more packages of ketchup being manufactured next year than there was this year. That's pretty extraordinary. 12 billion packages of these things. Now, that isn't the only problem, though, too. And so the rest of you guys out there say climate change is a scam. Yeah. Well, apparently, according to the guys, it's a tomato board in California. Their exact name I can't recall, but the people that are, they're in charge of tomato crops in California, overseeing all that, they say looks like probably about a 6% decline coming up within the next decade on tomato production because of climate change, and it's going to be even larger worldwide. But in California, they're looking at about a 6% decline in the crop they're going to bring in. So we will have less tomatoes, but they're going to be putting lots more of it in these little bags. Well, I will admit that this entire ketchup shortage probably would have gone right past me, and maybe I'd have giggled a little bit or something. It just doesn't seem that important. But yesterday, Ellen was at the Hilo Zoo. She was with the Orchid Society, and they were putting up orchids in trees at the zoo. Well, I never know for sure exactly when she's coming home when she does that stuff. And so I usually will ask her, hey, pick up something to eat in Hilo and bring it home so I don't have to worry about when to cook and what to cook, or anything like that. And occasionally she'll do this thing. And so when she came home last night, she showed up with a hamburger for me and a chocolate shake from one of the famous national clowny joints, with the drive-thrus. And so I dug into the bag and I pulled my hamburger out of there. And well, this thing had mustard, ketchup, and some other secret sauce oozing out of it. And it was certainly wet enough and did not need any more condiments. I could have used a slice of tomato, onion, or some lettuce on it, but I didn't need any more sauce. And of course, Ellen, she had a couple of tacos there, and so they didn't need any more sauce. None of us had any French fries. Okay, so it was just 2 tacos and a burger in this paper bag. I reached in, pulled it out, and what did I find in the paper bag? Well, it's sufficient quantity of napkins, probably, but 10 of these and 2 taco sauce. 2 taco sauce, probably appropriate. 2 tacos, 2 sauce, okay. But this burger, it was dripping, okay, with sauce, and there were no French fries. Yet, the person at the window shoves 10 of these into the bag. Well, for me, that's a windfall, I guess, We don't buy Heinz ketchup. I use the organic stuff here, but I kind of like the taste of Heinz. And so when I get a bunch of these, I keep them. They're in the refrigerator. And when I short of ketchup or whatever it is, I will use these up. They never go to waste here. Okay. But I don't think that happens with most of us. I really don't. I believe that most people, when they go through a drive-through like that, maybe they're grabbing themselves a burger for lunch, and they shove 10 of these inside the bag. Well, if they used one on their fries or something, maybe that was it. But then all the rest of them probably get rolled up with that bag when they're all done and thrown in the trash. And so I started to imagine, I'm positive that drive-through had at least a couple of hundred people go through it yesterday, okay? At least. And of that, at least I would say half of them threw their ketchup in the garbage. That's probably a reasonable guess, I would say. I don't think it's exaggerating. Well, so that amounts to 100 times 10 is 1,000 packages of ketchup during a time when there's a shortage, right, Gracie? Is there a shortage of ketchup? Gracie says, I don't like ketchup. Why are you talking about ketchup, right, Bill? Huh? Yeah, my good kitty's here, checking me out as usual. She wants to photobomb, right, Gracie? Yeah. So, just like that. One place in Hilo, 1,000 packages of ketchup. How's that, huh, Grace? 1,000 packages. I don't think that's an exaggeration. It might have been 2,000 packages. And that happened again today and the next day. Now, I'm sure some of these burger stands only drop, 2 or 3 bags of ketchup in. They were being a little bit nutty with the ketchup dip there. Pulling 10 bags out when I didn't even have a French fry. But, yeah. Don't make much sense, does it? No. The world won't end because of it either. But it just happened to hit me. It's the reason I'm talking about ketchup, is that I saw that news article, and then I got myself a hamburger and had 10 bags of ketchup, and went, oh my goodness, look at this. No wonder they got a problem, huh? No wonder, Gracie. See something up the tree, huh? Yeah. Gracie don't know it yet, but tomorrow's the day she's got to go to the vet. Yeah, she's got to get a shot. It's feline diphtheria, I think is what it is. That, and she needs her general checkup. Well, I don't usually take cats into the vet too much in the past, but we're going to take care of her. What's up? What do you see out there? Huh? What's out there? You see a lizard or something? You see a bird? She sees something. My observant kitty. Yeah. And so then you can see over here by my elbow that we have slips and suckers. We also have pineapples. We've been out in the field again. So we got pineapples for you. We got slips and suckers for you. This is the place. Come on down. You can give me a call ahead of time, be sure, but I'm planning to be around here all day long. So today's a good day to stop in, pick yourself up a good, delicious white pineapple or some plantain material. Alrighty, folks, there you have it. The world is short of ketchup. Aloha. Y'all, hang loose.